What's going on, boys and girls? Welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Evercrisis video. Alright guys, we are going into the event and it's the last boss for the boss rush and is none other than our boy Sephiroth. Now for a lot of brand new players, this is going to be a hell of a challenge and you will or will not finish it depending on the kind of player you are. If you're a free to play and you just started, this is going to be damn near impossible for you. But I'm going to still train you guys as brand new players on how to do this. I've lowered my CP level as low as I possibly can go, actually. I have not used any of the collaboration weapons. We've dumbed it down as much as we possibly can, and you guys should have a lot of these weapons available to you. So let's go to the team here that I'm talking about. It's actually called the Low Runes team. It's not really true. So a couple things with Sephiroth you want to note. There's a couple different versions of the fight that happen. Okay, so depending on how fast you are on DPS, you may get a couple of these versions in there and a couple different elemental advantages you may have. So the first thing I want to note is the team here. So you guys can see here I'm sitting at 172k. That's as low as I could possibly go, unfortunately, guys. I'm sorry. I try to go lower. It's not possible. You will need to bring circle, triangle, X, and 3 elements. You need to bring fire, ice, and water. Okay, those are the 3 elements you absolutely want to have. Now, the reason why it's important here, and I want to point this out to you guys, is during the stage here where you actually need to use elements, the first one is going to be water. So the one thing I will note right away is you want to maybe bring in a little bit more water damage, and with Cloud, you ideally want to have, you guys can see here all my stuff is pretty much water blow except for this. So I'll bring that in there. You pretty much want to have, actually let me put X, no, you know what, we'll keep it there. You want to have as much maritime sword available to you if you can. If not, then water blow is your best friend. Okay, so the first thing is going to be water. So when he goes into a sigil phase, you want to do as much water damage as you possibly can before breaking the sigil. Now, while this is happening, your other units will probably be breaking the sigil along the way. Keep in mind, the main thing to do is put out as much damage but also survive, because he does a ton of AoE. Now you guys can see here with Cloud, I'm not using any of my costs. I mean, my only other cost. I'm not using the Zidane sword. I'm using just Busted Sword, Maritime Sword, couple materia here, 4-star, 4-star, 3-star. Again, I'm dumbing it down. No summons. We're just going to use regular OG Limit Break here. And sub-equipment, I've got Bald Eagle, Murasame, and Parasol. All free-to-play stuff. No crossover weapons again, okay? For Aerith, we got Ifrit Sword, Shiva Sword, and Solid Bazooka. We've got Fairy Tail, 5-star Mithril Rod, level 3 materia, and Fire, and I'm using Healing Winds. And with Sephiroth, I've got Edge Wings, Shiva with Diamond Dust. Again, Whiteout works perfectly fine here as well, too, guys. You don't need Diamond Dust. It's just what I have, and I'm planning to use it. The Garb, again, most of you guys won't have this, so again, I can take it off if you want, or I can keep it on. I mean, we'll leave it on for now. The main thing here for him really is having this shield, the Torn Wings. If you have any form of physical defense up, make sure you use it, because Sephiroth is immune to all debuffs. No debuffs required here whatsoever. That's why I brought the Mithril Rod as an option, right? So you can use that as well too. So any physical defense up is really useful here. Fire Breach only for magic purposes, Water Blow during the water phase, and then of course we've got the 3 sub weapons, Nameless, Thousand Waves, and the brand new Holiday Cheers. So you guys can see here, this is how it's going to look, 172. So let's go into the fight. I'm going to break it down for you guys so you guys are aware on how to do it. Now remember, free to play, if you're brand new, this is a hard fight. It's meant to be a hard fight, so you're probably not going to be able to beat it. For the rest of us, welcome back, old friend. Time to give you an ass whooping. Now, it's not the same Sephiroth I was hoping. I was hoping for the One-Winged Angel version, which was the Crash version of Sephiroth, but we are here with the man himself anyways, and we're going to show you guys how this is done. Okay, so again, I'm going to take this off manual. Here's what we're going to do. So we're going to go ahead in here, start with Cloud. We're going to go ahead and do C-Splitter for a little while. Or, I mean, whatever. Whoever you really want to use the DPS is up to you. So what happens with Sephiroth in the beginnings, he will do Boundless Strength. And with Sephiroth, you actually want to give the person solid barrier as soon as you can. And that person is going to benefit from taking a lot less damage from... Here, we'll do Saving Grace even, just to give a little more buffs. So there goes Boundless Strength. Now you can see Aerith is the target, okay? So here it's important to note that you can push using Aerith to do Saving Grace, which we will do one more time. There we go. And then here, you can also give Aerith a buff either way, okay? So there's the defense. You guys can see the Octaslash will do a lot less damage with that buff. Now, the 2 physical defense up is very important, guys, because it's one of those situations where if you don't have that, he's going to hurt you, and he's going to hurt you bad, okay? So C-Splitter here, Water Blow here, okay? Very important to do Watera, Water Blow, etc. But like I was mentioning before, healing is also a primary part of this fight. So you want to do as much C-Splitter as you can here, right? And do as much water blow as you can. Now, the problem is the rest of your team is going to try to break the sigil. You kind of want to stop that from happening as fast as you can. See what I mean? So you can put more damage out. Normally, you want to at least get him to like half at that point, okay? If you possibly can. Now, in this case, we did not accomplish that goal, and that's fine. So we may be able to push him to the next phase, which will probably be one of the other. I think it's fire next, if I recall. So here, let's go ahead and keep healing. We want to make sure we heal up here, okay? It's very important because Sephiroth is going to come in with a little bit more damage soon. Let's give Aerith a little more love. You guys can see he does this onslaught for a little while. If you can push his damage out, he won't go into the next elemental phase. If you don't, he will jump in. There's fire infusion. You guys can see here. Now, fire resist up. This is the important part, okay? So we're going to cross slash and white. Now, you can see whiteout. I chose whiteout instead of diamond dust just to give you guys the same level of damage that you would normally get with whiteout versus diamond dust, which would do more. So again, just to keep it relatable, okay? And then here, you don't want to actually break this too quickly. You want to just do as much ice damage as you can on Sephiroth with Sephiroth, okay? It's weird, I know. But that's kind of the goal here, okay? So push this, push this, push this. Hopefully you can get off one more hit before they break, and they broke it. Okay, so that animation takes forever. That's normal. Don't worry about it. It's not something that that won't be happening pretty often, unfortunately. Yeah, you can take away the ruins to make this easier. If you want to continue doing that, you can definitely take the ruins away from all of your units. Here we go. He's going to do Boundless Strength again, and give yourself the opportunity to get. Let's do this one more time. Sorry, guys. To get more damage in. That way, you won't be breaking it as quickly, but you take the risk, obviously, of not actually shattering the sigil mode. You guys can see he didn't kill me there, which is also very deadly to do. So keep that in mind in the back of your minds when you're doing this. It's not always smart to not break sigils. You absolutely want to break it because you don't want, the last thing you want is a Mega Flare or a Shadow Flare going off on you, which will probably kill you. So definitely break it, but try to give yourself a little bit more time to DPS. Sometimes it's not a bad idea to go back and forth. Now, Hell's Gate will start happening around this point. He'll start stunning everybody that does it. If you are in mid-animation, the stun will not go off, by the way, just so you guys are aware. Here, you do no damage. Just break the sigil. This part actually is important to break. You'll do absolute 0 damage there, so don't do summons, don't do any attacks. Just break the sigil. So it's called Masamune in waiting, or Masamune in waiting, Masamune in waiting. So just wait for that, and then you can go through with the damage. Boundless Strength again. Again, this time it's on Cloud. Let's let Sephiroth do his thing. Give Cloud a little bit of love. And the reason why I'm not doing anything yet is because we're going to put a little bit more damage through and do Healing Winds and put in Whiteout here, okay? So this will almost kill him. I should be able to survive this next Octaslash, hopefully. We got full health, and we got we got a mid physical defense up, which should be enough. I mean, I can probably push one more on Sephiroth, just to be safe. Forget it. Here we go. Octaslash. It may kill him. Who knows? No, it should be okay. Yeah, I mean, close. It's getting stronger. And just so you guys are aware, Boundless Strength does stack. So the more he does it, the stronger that attack becomes. So you definitely don't want to just not DPS and play defensive. You actually do need to DPS because, again, the more of that he does, the more likely you're going to get one shot. I'd say probably after 5, it's going to be a one shot no matter how much physical defense you have. Okay, block this if you can. Everyone's going to get hit there with it, and that's fine. You can heal this part if you want. I mean, it's over pretty much. Oh, there we go. So this is, again, need to break this. There we go, and he's dead. All right, there you guys have it. Full run. This is how it's done. And quite honestly, this is a really awesome fight. It really is. One of my favorite fights they've ever done. The One-Winged Angel is way crazier. Way crazier. So for those free-to-play players, when you see the rerun next month, and you'll see the One-Winged Angel, it's a whole different ball game. Sephiroth is still no joke, even to this point. So there you guys go. Hope you enjoyed the video. For those free-to-play players, if you have not completed it, don't worry. It's not a big deal. Another version of him, like the real version of him, is coming in January for you to play around with. If you haven't checked out the original video that I made a long time ago, you can go check that out. But I'll be doing probably a follow-up one anyways. All right, guys. This is Payne. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.